Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for stopping by my channel, minimisshair. I'm Crystal. I have two of my friends here. Actually, this is my sister Sapphire, and that's my friend Megan. And we're just here to discuss the natural controversy that's been going on about the expo that was in Union Square. It was kind of like a little natural hair museum with ladies standing on the sidewalk or wherever they were, holding up signs saying that you can touch my hair. Some people were offended. Some people thought it was really beneficial to the natural hair community. So here we're just here to get other people's viewpoints. I'm a newly natural. I did my big chop about a month ago. Sapphire, you can tell us about when you did your big chop.
I did my big chop about at the end of 9th grade, so that was in 2009.
So about four years, you would say. And Megan?
Oh, well, I did my big chop like last year, August, so it's probably like around 11 months now.
So you're about to hit about a year.
Or 10 months, yeah, about to hit a year.
Alright, so the first question that I just want to ask you guys is, were you offended?
Offended by the controversy?
Well, about pretty much the whole thing.
I wasn't really offended, more so than I was intrigued. I would have wanted to see the outcome of who was there, you know, who was more interracial rather than more black people. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really offended. I can, to each his own. Like, to me personally, I wouldn't want anybody touching my hair. That's just me. But
so let's get into that. Have you ever had someone come up and did you know them? Have you ever people strangers?
Oh my gosh! So I work in a restaurant, and people might guess like at my table want to touch me. I'm like, sorry, you can't do that.
So why does it offend you? Are they what are their races usually?
Usually, obviously, they're not black. Usually, they're more well, surprisingly, there are a lot of black people that do ask to touch your hair, but a lot of times there are some white people. White people that usually try to touch my hair.
Have you ever had someone just dug up in there
I was at
and not ask? You had someone
he's like, he just threw his hands in my hair. I didn't even like the kid, and I was like, why are you touching my hair? And then he's like, I just had to feel the fro, and I was like, he pissed me off. I mean, I didn't like him to begin with, but that just really dissolved our acquaintance.
I know ever since I cut, no one touched my hair really when it was relaxed like that, but ever since I cut it, I know people just like, oh, your coils, and they're touching it. Or just the other day I was at someone's house and their mom just took a chunk of my hair, and I'm very sensitive about people touching my hair because, you know, it takes a while to style it and to get the curls to go right, and then you go just dig in there and make it all frizzy. Like, that irks me. But would I say I was offended by the expo? No, I don't think there was. I wasn't personally offended because here you are, you're giving someone permission. But my thing is, what was the point behind it? I think that's what bothered me. Okay, they touched it, but what did
satisfaction of their curiosity?
But do they understand now? Does society open up the doors and accept our hair? Why is it like a radical movement? And I think to answer that question, we should talk about, starting with you, your big chop. And I believe when she did hers 4 years ago, natural hair wasn't as accepting and a movement when she did it. So you can elaborate on that.
I mean, again, it was like the beginning of high school. I had just gotten into YouTube, and there were a few people that I was subscribed to that had inspired me to want to. Pretty Dimples. She was like the first person I had seen, and she really made me want to just have one texture in my hair, because I had been transitioning at least a year before with braids and everything, but I never like thought of going natural until like after I was just like the breaking of my hair was starting to bother me, because my hair was relaxed up to, when did we start? Like fourth grade
for you, 5th grade.
I started in 4th grade, and that was because my mom didn't know anything to do with manageability and how to detangle, and plus I didn't give her an easy time either. 19
years ago, 20 years ago. Because we're 2019.
Blue Magic was the only product, and that was still the product I was using even after I had been transitioning.
Just grease.
Yeah, it was just grease. That was all I needed to use. It wasn't until later where I got more into the internet and I started seeing blogs and I knew what to use.
So when you did Big Chop, what would you say was your family's reaction, and then growing out of that?
First I wanted my mom to do the Big Chop, but she didn't trust herself with cutting.
But did she have a problem?
She took me to the salon. She's like, okay, you're ready to go? And I was like, oh, really?
So
okay. She was like very proactive with it. So she took me there. We picked out the color, and I had dyed it red. and my stylist just cut it, and I think it was about like 1.5 inches of hair.
Okay, so yeah,
yeah, it was really short.
But would you say in high school?
High school kids were making fun of me. My friend, my best friend, she's Russian. She loves my hair. She was so excited about it. But like, it was actually weird. I felt like a lot more of my black friends had actually been the ones calling me names, like Florida from like Good Times, or like just like everyone wants to call you names and stuff. But and even my my brown friend, he had said that I looked better. Even one of my other friends, they said like I looked better when my hair was relaxed. But I mean, I didn't know how to do many styles, so
did you
I mean,
have
what
people
they did
come
was
up
like,
and say things to you, perhaps adults?
Adults, yes. I remember this one woman who I was, again, not really friends with, came up to me like we were friends and was like, I was very disappointed in you. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't know how to respond. And then another woman, she had said, oh, it'll grow back, like something bad happens to me.
But let's fast forward 4 years now that your hair is long and almost broad strapped. If I was to pull it down, how would you say, in the back at least, armpit length, how would you say people's reactions are now?
I mean, everyone's like, is that your hair? Or they really like the styles. I know a lot of younger girls who are going natural, and they're very excited about it.
So you would say the community has changed.
It's way more accepting. Yeah, all my aunts and my uncles, they're really excited about it. My grandmother, she loves it now. So I feel like, I don't know why the length made them feel more comfortable. I don't know if my face
now
looks
see
weird
what
with
natural hair can do now.
Yeah.
And since it's much more popular
because I've mastered
in the media,
it also, and it's much more. You see it way more in the media.
Commercials,
movies, you see a lot of people. Just
a lot more children, still a little bit more interracial, you would say, but it's more. Their hairs aren't relaxed anymore. There's a curl pattern.
You're starting to see a diversity of people wearing their hair in all sorts of.
So Megan, let's just skip over to you about your big chop. How would you say people reacted to that?
Well, first off, I like to say that I went dark Caesar, literally. Like, I chopped my hair off to like a 1. Like, I don't know if you guys know the barber like tool thing. It was like on a 1, and I was like, my mom went home. My mom, she bugged out. I was like, all right. Like, she's like, what did you do with her patois or whatever? And I'm like, listen, can't do anything about it now.
And why did you do it?
You know what? Actually, I always wanted to like cut my hair since I was in high school. Like, that's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to see how I looked, all of that. But the hairstyle that I had, my hair wasn't growing right, and I was like, this is not working out. So I decided to just cut everything off and just grow back like naturally. So that's what it is. And I'm not even about that whole perm life. That's just too much chemical.
Not that anything is wrong if you want to relax your hair. That's the difference. I'm not a very like natural, stay away from chemicals and clothes and dyes and whatever. Like, I feel like whatever makes you feel good and feel beautiful, that's fine. But I don't think we should become dependent on certain things. Like, if your desire is to have your hair straight, then have it straight. If you want braids or a weave, have it. But don't become dependent. Don't make it feel like if my hair's not straight, if I don't have a weave in or braids or the length, whatever, then I'm not beautiful. I think her name was Whitney from Natural 85, is that she tells you to kind of embrace your hair at every stage, and I'm really enjoying my short hair because, you know, wash and go, boom, pow. But then when it gets longer and thicker, it takes a little bit longer to detangle.
Yeah.
So how would you say, besides some, like, I guess your family, more friends' reactions?
Well, I mean, my boyfriend was actually the one who went with me to like cut my hair off, so that was pretty cool. He wasn't like this against it. He actually pretty liked it, pretty much liked it. My friends from like my girls, like my close friends, they were cool about it. They were like, oh my gosh, yeah, she liked it. You know what I mean? But my school friends, they were like, what did you do? Like, why would you do that?
And what was their race?
Italian, Spanish would be like Ecuadorian, Colombian, and one of my good Turkish friends. She was actually the only one out of all of them that was like, yo, your hair looks popping. Okay. She was cool with it, you know? That's my homie. She's like right here. So.
Well, I know when I big chopped, it was just last month. I've been transitioning for about a year and a few months. So my hair wasn't as short as you guys because I just felt nervous about that. But first, family-wise, our parents have been very supportive. We didn't get a perm because my mom felt we needed to conform to. It was just more that she just didn't know how to take care of natural hair, and we don't blame or put that on her because what were the tools or the examples or the information in the media?
Really help.
Yeah, and she was very tender-headed, and I just got it because she got it, because my hair is more of a looser curl pattern than hers, so in my mom's eyes it was more manageable. But now she's just like, I didn't even know your hair could curl like that or do that and things like that. So I chopped it off, and for me, everyone was just like, yes, girl, I'm happy you did it. It was today. It's like so much different than when she did it like 4 years ago. My boyfriend, he prefers longer lengths, but he's just like, you look good. I love it. Whatever makes you happy. I have so many examples. I have like a plethora of like information on the web and stuff like that. I saw so many big chop videos. I see styling it short and stuff like that. So I'll definitely say the black community now, they're way more accepting, but I feel like if someone from a different race is like a little weird about your hair, it's just like, okay, they're ignorant, they're naive, they're not informed. But then when it's your own people in your own community making some, it stinks more. Like it hurts more for you to be like, oh, why, I'm disappointed, it'll grow back. It's not, you know, you're not beautiful, you're ugly, you look like a guy.
The worst comment I've had though is like another natural girl saying, why is everybody trying to be natural all of a sudden? I've been natural since day one.
Right, like I'm hopping on the bandwagon. It should be more of an encouragement. Like, oh, and not saying
that everybody's trying to be natural.
There aren't people that aren't doing that. I'm not saying that, but even if it may seem like a bandwagon effect and everyone's going natural and I'm an original and whatever, stuff like that, right. You should be grateful that, you know, your people are going back to their hair. But I just don't think, especially with this expo, the only thing that bothered me, it felt like it was a radical thing. Like, here's my hair on display. Come touch it. Come pet it. Like, I don't know. It's just hair. Like, this is how my hair grows out my head. What's the big deal? It should be. I don't see a Caucasian lady hanging up a sign like, hey, come touch my hair. Like, no. What's the big deal about her straight hair? So that's the only issue I had. But I felt like maybe if there was a more of a forum or a panel, right, people sitting and discussing among the community. Maybe more of, hey, let's get this out more on social media, so that way, I remember when people saying people are going natural, I was watching shows and interviews, it's not acceptable in the workplace, or you know, to have your hair out like this and to have a kinky twist or braid like this. Not, even when I go to like my internship and stuff like that, I pull my hair back into like a bun because I don't think it's really okay to have it out like in a wash and go or a curly afro. So maybe they should use that as like a stepping stool to be like, why isn't this appropriate for, why is this scary? You know what I'm saying? What is your...
I don't know. I feel like things are changing, and I feel like people are getting, I would say, I mean, this is just how I felt from like just the years that I've been natural, that I feel people are getting desensitized from it, and it's not as in your face or surprising, because you see it now all the time. Even if you don't understand it, you still are more familiar with it. And I mean, a lot of my friends, a lot of my white friends, they think that my hair is interesting or beautiful. But I mean, I want to be a doctor, but I don't think when it comes to like interviews or things like that, I don't think I'm gonna like, I'm not gonna go and get I'm not gonna go get my hair pressed or blown out if I'm about to get an interview. When I had my interview, it was in a puff, and I got into the program that I needed to be in, and I don't think people really like looked at it. But I mean, it varies because you meet different people.
I think more so in the corporate world, it's a little bit, it seems a little bit like you're untamed when you have your
like
fur
you didn't comb your hair, like it's not detangled.
You're not, you know, like I think now that society has, like, it's kind of like more embraced the fact that natural women are trying to go back to their natural state, that it may change. Not saying that you should go to work looking any kind of way, but I'm just saying, like, it may change the outlook on how an employer may perceive you. Especially knowing now that this is a business. Like, the natural hair products is not a joke. They're expensive sometimes.
And companies that never did natural hair products are doing that. They're listening because of money wise. So I just want it to be like, okay, you give me these products to style my hair like this, but when I go in for a job or I'm presenting something, are you looking at me as a presentable individual, or are you thinking my hair is still unruly, untamed? and I need to model the more Euro look.
And I don't think that should have ever been like, as long as you look presentable, I don't think that your hair, the way you wear your hair should ever,
it shouldn't deter you.
Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about the expo now, you know, watching videos and reading up on it? Do you think it was a positively, you know, perfectly executed? Were there things you would change? Were you like, I hated it? What's your...
I think their intentions were good. I just think that it wasn't... I don't want to like offend anybody, but I don't think it was well thought out. I think that if you were going to have like a, I guess, a show and tell, you should have like information on background and where we come from, where our hair and how, you know, how we maintain our hair, how we maintain length, and how we get it to feel so, you know, feel the way it does. You know what I mean? I mean, it's cool. Like, I guess people want to touch other people's hair. I guess they get something out of that. But
so, are you offended when people say they want to touch your hair, or does it make you feel like beautiful or like?
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's neither here nor there to me. I just don't want you to touch my hair.
Okay.
Like,
just because it's like you're invading my personal.
Not only that, it's just like I don't know where your hands has been. It's like, and I kind of personally take pride in my hair. So if you touch my hair, you mess it up, and my curl out of whack, it's kind of like, bro, what's up?
What about you, Sapphire?
Me, I actually wish I had gone to the expo, and I mean, when people ask me about like hair or anything, I mean, I kind of go on a tangent, and then they think I'm like some hair guru.
Yeah.
Because I like tell like, oh yeah, I don't use like.
You know a lot of information.
Yeah, I just know a lot of information, but it's only because like I've been just looking it up. But I mean, I don't think I need to like sit down and tell them, don't use this, don't use that. You need to learn how to moisturize and seal. I mean, I can just give you a brief idea of like, this is why my curl pattern is the way it is. My friend, she itches to touch my hair all the time, but I don't mind. She's just really curious, and she thinks my hair is amazing. So like, I don't mind, and she's always asking. Most of the time, she's always asking. But like other people, I don't want them touching my hair. But I think it's great that these models were willing to put themselves out there and just start getting other people's feet wet in the idea of becoming more acquainted with natural hair. And I think the expo was just like the beginning of other things that are to come.
I think that's good. It got a buzz. It got a lot of controversy. It has a lot of people giving responses on it. So now that they're hearing people's viewpoints on it, they can elaborate, improve, or, you know, subtract, whatever they want to do. I think it was awesome. I think maybe next time, I'm not sure if this happened or not, but with the models, maybe as people touch their hair, they can talk to them about it. Especially because what I noticed from the videos that I did see, it was a lot more African American individuals there than those of other race that were interested, where they were coming to protest or they were coming to touch. So it'd be awesome if they're like touching at the same time, like, well, how did you achieve this curl or this lock, or how do you maintain your hair, as well as have articles, information, maybe a list of websites. Everything's on the web, you know, just a way to really inform other people, other races. Well, what am I touching? What is this?
And I think it's good that they're informing.
Why is everyone producing this look now? Because just last year, everyone had perms and weaves. So, thank you guys for coming out, doing this interview with me. I really appreciate it. I think we should have more discussions. And guys, tell me what you guys think about this Natural Hair Expo, and leave your comments down below. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.
See